Hi, it's Miriam and welcome to Cooking Uncovered. Today I'm going to show you how to make a great soup, and today it's called refrigerator soup because I'm going to go to my refrigerator and I'm going to pull stuff out of my fridge and show you how to make a great soup with that. It's raining today, but I do live in North Vancouver, so that's par for the course. But I'm going to make this delicious soup for Carl and I, and maybe have leftovers for tomorrow as well. So let's look at my fridge. Actually, don't look at the fridge. It's a mess. It doesn't matter. But in the bottom here, I have a zucchini that has to get used up. Otherwise, it's going to go bad. I've got some celery. That's good. I have in the drawer here some leftover carrot sticks. I can use those up. And I've got some mushrooms I could use. Some rapini here that I could use. It's fresh, though. That can keep. I've got some leftover vegetables from the other night. And so I've got lots of stuff. So I'm going to start pulling these things out of the fridge, and we're going to use them. How's that? I'm going to put you down for a second on my camera stand, and we're going to get going on my refrigerator soup. So first of all, soups are basically categorized into two categories: clear soups and thickened soups. Today I'm going to make a clear soup. It's just going to be, I think I'll use beef broth from the store. If you want to make your own stock, that's great too, but I just don't happen to have any in my fridge today. So just bear with me while I get the stuff out of the fridge. We're going to use the carrot sticks, zucchini, bit of celery, I think that's about it here. And then what I have also is I've got in the freezer, my husband buys the ground beef and then he cooks it really well, and then he freezes it so that I have that also at my hands if I want it. So I'll get that out of the freezer. See, he cooks it and freezes it in these freezer bags. And so now when I'm going to make some beef soup, I just take a couple of cups of the already cooked beef out and add it to my soup. So do you want to get going? There are 5 basic parts to soups. You've got your vegetables, of course. You have your protein base, or like chickpeas or beans or lentils. But today I'm going to use beef. You've got your stock. Today I'm using a store-bought beef stock. And you've got seasonings and you've got your garnishes. So those are the 5 parts. So today I'm going to start with onions. Now, if you want to know how to dice onions, a really easy way, go to my cooking channel called Cooking Uncovered on YouTube, and I'll demonstrate to you how to cut onions really easily. So let's get going with this. I'm going to start my stove up. In the bottom of the stove, in the bottom of the pot, a little bit of oil. That's 3 tablespoons of oil. In the bottom of the pot, that's going to get hot. Meanwhile, I have my diced onions. I'm just going to chop a little bit of garlic, and I need my garbage bowl. I can't have things all over the counter. It drives me crazy. So I'm just going to peel this garlic and chop that up. Now, one of the things that I find easier to do is when you have vegetables like celery or zucchini or tomatoes, I use a mandolin, which is a really easy way of dicing up vegetables really quickly. Always have a cloth on hand too to clean up your mess. So here's my garlic. I'm just going to quickly chop that up. It doesn't have to be any size, it doesn't matter the size, just dice it up. Okay, so my pan's getting hot, so I'm going to put in about 1 large onion. So that would be about 3 cups of onions go into the pot. And I'm not going to go really high heat, just kind of a medium heat. So that's on the way. I have my zucchini that I'm going to put through my mandolin, wash that off. So seriously, this is the easiest way to do vegetables, and there's no doubt about it. I take my mandolin, and when it's a big piece like this, I seriously can just use my mandolin right over the pot. But what I'm going to do is get a bowl that dice the zucchini over the bowl until the onions are ready. So watch this. It's so easy. If you don't have a mandolin, really, that one is so much fun. You don't have to do this, of course. You can chop it just by hand. So seriously, just running it along. Now when I get too close, I use my guard. But look at how fast that was to dice that whole zucchini. So I'm going to just throw that in like that. So they go in. Zucchini goes in. My garlic goes in. Okay, what else do I have here? I've got some celery, which I'm just going to quickly wash. And I don't, with the celery, honestly, I use all of it, pretty much all of it. So again, take that right over to the stove, and just with the mandolin, right into the pot. Get down to the bottom, stop, you don't want to cut yourself. Really easy way to do your vegetables for a soup, for sure. Stir that up. So in this I've got about 1 cup of celery, 1 cup of zucchini diced. I've got 3 cups of onions. Next, I will probably, these are my leftover vegetables from last night, and they're already cooked. So what I will do, I've got these little baby squash, they're gorgeous, and some beans. So what I'll do, so that these don't go to waste, at the very end, 5 minutes before I'm going to serve, I'll chop these up and just throw them in my soup to warm them up. It'll be perfect. To this I'm going to add 2 cups of my diced frozen beef. So 1 cup and 2 cups from the bag. Stir that up. So that meat is fully cooked, but it'll add to it, it'll be beautiful. All right, so now let's talk about seasoning. In my garden, I still have, thankfully, I still have some rosemary, and I have a little bit of thyme. As you see, the thyme is starting to go, but there is some beautiful leaves here still, so that's going to go right in my soup. I'm going to just simply strip this stem, and I'm going to put that right in my soup. I love rosemary in soup, so that's some. And also, I would add a little bit of cracked pepper. Now, word to the wise, I don't add salt until the very, very end. If I find that the soup is a little bit bland, then I'll add some salt. But I don't add salt now, because you never know. All these beautiful flavors in the pot, maybe you don't need salt. And as you know, we really are trying to reduce our sodium intake, of course. Everybody is. So I'm going to just keep stirring this up. Oh, the rosemary is just gorgeous. So, refrigerator soup. The zucchini's in, the onions are in, the celery's in. Now my leftover carrot sticks from the other night, I'm just going to quickly dice those up. Get that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Just a very quick dice. It doesn't have to be perfect, and there's no perfect here, and there's no right answer. The right answer is whatever you have got in your fridge at the time. Now, to this, once I saute this, I'm going to add my stock once the onions are sauteed. I really encourage you to make sure that your onions are cooked before you add stock or anything else, because you don't want to end up with that raw onion taste in your soup. There's nothing worse than a raw onion taste. So, zucchini, carrots, celery, onions, 2 cups of the frozen beef. Now, if I wanted to turn this into a tomato base, I could add some tomato, either diced tomatoes, just from the can, diced tomatoes, or I think I have tomato sauce in the fridge, and I do. Yes, tomato sauce. I have a cup of tomato sauce that's left over that I've kept in the fridge. I'm going to add that. And I think it's time we can add our liquid. That's going to give my soup a little bit of a tomatoey flavor, which is perfect. And now I'm going to add my stock. If if you like white wine in your dishes, you can add a cup of white wine now too, just to deglaze the pan for flavor. But I'm going to add this beef stock, and it's 900 ml, so that's about 4 cups. And excuse me, I'm going to add that right to the soup, the whole thing. If you find the soup is too thick, like it doesn't have enough liquid, add some more stock. No more stock in the house, add water, and maybe a bouillon cube, or a onion soup mix or something. But right now, that's going to be perfect. It's going to be a perfect soup. So that's my soup there. Now, at the very end, if I wanted to add garnish, for example, noodles, I could add noodles. I've also got some leftover rice in the fridge. I could also add the leftover rice. If I was adding rice to this, I'd make sure it's cooked, because you'll have to add more liquid if you're going to cook the rice in your soup. So I'd add about a cup of rice at the very end as a garnish, or noodles as a garnish, about a cup of noodles. And that's it for my refrigerator soup. So I've just gone to my fridge, I've cleaned out my fridge, and I've made soup for dinner. So I hope you enjoy this. It's called refrigerator soup. And thanks for watching from Cooking Uncovered. Thanks a lot. See you later.